it's not the matter of always a matter of time, but sometimes it's a matter of person as well. Hey and welcome back. I hope you all are doing really good. This is Shreya and you're watching the Book Butterfly. In case you're brand new to our channel, click the subscribe button and be the part of our online butterfly family. So I was able to complete this awesome novel by Nicholas Spark, and the people who are familiar with Nicholas Spark, I know I was not, and I just bumped up on this random book, and of course I didn't read that book, instead went for a different one that somebody suggested me, and I found the storyline very intriguing and I thought that okay, I should give it a try. So before I begin what this novel was about, I want to tell you I read something that is important, and I think that everybody else need to listen it or follow up or anything. But I personally felt like this thing is truly something that anybody else need to understand, especially in today's generation. First come first, I'll begin with the summary first of all. So what happens in this novel, there's a lady and she was in a vacation and वो beach के around she was just jogging when she saw there was this bottle में there was a message, and as soon as she opened that bottle, she read that message, she was so into that message, she got so loved in that she felt she got so emotional, and she thought that she needs to see this man. Not like the first letter was the only reason behind her finding out the man, but she got another letter. There were 3 letters that she got, and that she finally decided that she'll be going to see this man. She'll find out where this man is, what does he do, and what individual he's like. The one who's written down all these things, a very fine line and all these things in so delicate manner. She was so impressed by his personality that she felt like, I need to see this man. So what was in that letter? What made it so unique yet so beautiful? And see, actually what happened, the guy named Garrett, he had his wife named Catherine. She died years back, like they were married for 6 years and she died after that, and he wrote a certain letter for her after she died. He wrote letters and just threw it in the ocean, and they somehow met the destiny. So friend always play an important role in our life, and there was this another friend, ठीक है, उसकी एक friend होती है, and she tells her everything about this, the letter when she found out. Then what does she do? वो जो letter होता है, उसकी friend बोलती है कि you should just publish. She was an editor, she was a columnist. She was a columnist, so she wrote in columns, and her friend suggests her, you can just put on this in your column and people will love it. She initially denied कि यार this is something very personal, so you shouldn't be posting it anywhere. But anyway, she just went out with that and she posted it, and that was the reason why she got another 2 letters. So somehow, when all this fuzz ended, so there was this friend who was really the one who helped her find out who this guy was, and went to his place and explored, and then finally got to know him and fell in love with him. So Garrett was a diver and things went well between them. Okay, he found out that she was very unique in her own ways. She was an intelligent woman, like that beauty with brains comes, no? So she was that kind of woman, and that he really got into her. Then there was a time she tells him everything, that she was married and she had this boy as well, his name and this, and he's a very chubby boy type of, Then they decides that she decides ki next time whenever she visits, she'll get him along, and he's a fun-loving kind of, so he'll definitely love this place and things like that, and he definitely does. They decide, they plan a trip, and then another week, and he comes along, and they have this swimming lesson. So all these events make it a really engaging novel. At the end, he finally finds out that she's been lying, and he got furious. He took all the letters, blamed her for things. Actually, he was confused. He had to leave Catherine, all her memories behind, and then switch to Teresa. So Teresa was the name, by the way, I forgot to mention. So he had to shift completely to a different dimension altogether, right? And it wasn't easy. It's easy said than done when we say no. So it's not that easy to completely shift from one person to another person, and though it's been quite long, but still it would have been hard for him. and he was confused. Like, he had dreamed that was he really doing justice to Catherine, leaving her and now shifting completely to Teresa. So he was just confused in that, and then this came out. So just can you imagine the state he would have been? There was hustle and tussle and the things and all. Like, I'll completely leave it up to you what you have to do if you are interested in reading this novel. Nicholas Sparks is always, reading his first novel, things written in his novel were very realistic. I would definitely suggest you, when I'm telling you this, that you should read Nicholas Sparks when it comes to love story novel, because things that he's written is not out of blue, out of not that fictitious fiction, but they had got a tinge of reality. Things you expect somebody to tell you, and things like you would definitely be hearing in your lifetime. I would mention some of the some of the quotes that I really loved in his novel. And then people say that love takes time. When you know an individual, thing that I really learned this novel was, it's not a matter of time but matter of person. It depends, most of the time it depends upon time as well, but I'm not the right person to give you advice, of course. But just judging from the thing that I found out in the novel, it's not the matter of always a matter of time, but sometimes it's a matter of person as well. You may find out similarities, you may find out comfort in that person within a week, and you may not find out that comfort with a person even after an year or 10 year or anything, like long period of time. You won't find that person to be like the one, and still there would be someone whom you find out like he's the one, right, within just a small amount of time. That I learned in this novel, I won't give you spoilers and spoil all the thing, because I won't tell you what I felt at the end, but it is definitely worth reading novel. And I wouldn't have come up with any author telling, that new author and telling you stupid stuff, but I really found it very realistic when he said things like, when he was telling things about love. What our generation is like, we either don't find love, well, actually love is altogether a different thing, but still, we either don't get it or we misinterpret things. So what I've come out with is thing that I really learned, like I already mentioned that, I won't repeat it again, but that was it. So that is something I learned, and I'm yet to find time and man both. Anyways, so that was it from my end. I hope you enjoy reading this novel, and that's it. Jana.
Wake up to reality. Nothing ever goes as planned in this accursed world. The longer you live, the more you will realize that the only things that truly exist in this reality are merely pain, suffering, and futility.